And here is your 360 view of natural beauty for the day. All right, let's get to business. Soon we'll be releasing the GoFundMe to be able to afford the campaign we're about to launch. So now let's discuss what's going on. Celsius seems to be doing healthier. So they're paying down their loans, they're releasing the collateral. BTC just had a major squeeze on the daily. Let me explain something to you. When you have that kind of a squeeze, that kind of a pop, the same day that everyone's email was flooded. This morning when you woke up, how many of you heard about terrible things that were happening? You know that FTX gave 350 million or 300 plus million over to BlockFi. The complication of the Voyager bankruptcy is that they have an outstanding loan due from FTX. Very interesting. Let's keep on going. Volt is another interest earnings bearing account or earnings account similar to Celsius, and they are restricting deposits or restricting withdrawals rather. And so, another one down and bites the dust. So who do we have? We have Nexo, who at some point decided to disconnect from US residents. To reconnect later was the idea. They hadn't quite done that yet. They never released a native token, so their model was different than Celsius, which was certainly a central attack vector to take down Celsius, especially with all the squeezing that's happening on leverage on Sam's FTX platform, despite him coming out now saying he's going to try to save this company, that company. By saving them, by acquiring them, isn't really saving them. It's you buying distressed assets for pennies on the dollar, just FYI. Let's keep on going. So, Volt might be purchased by Nexo, so we'll have that consolidation. So what we're seeing just in general is either consolidations of these interest yielding accounts, especially attractive to people who are looking for a hedge against inflation against, let's say, the US dollar, which is pegged. So first we have the Luna depegging, which took my huge chunk of money and made it into 0.00012345667, which essentially means goodbye 1 year of industriousness. All right, we can get that back because we are able men and we get it done. Let's keep on going forward with USDC and Tether. Well, number one, Tether, I don't trust you, Tether. No one trusts you, Tether. That's it. USDC, owned by Circle, I believe. So it's like, why is it that everyone's speculating that all the stablecoins are going to become unpegged? Well, it seems to me like no one wants stablecoins in interest earnings accounts. Why is that? After the pandemic, when the government shut down the economy and then it reopened, people realized perhaps that there were more meaningful things in life. They didn't return back to the 9-to-5 grind, and maybe they're pursuing a greater purpose, possibly online, possibly getting into emerging tech, hopefully, because we need an opt-out mechanism from institutions who clearly eroded and are now almost the inverse of their initial founding purpose. What's going to happen next? So there's this flaccid attempt at some schmuck of suing class action lawsuit out of New York. Of course it's out of New York. Guys, New York City, my boys, we need to bring back the city. We need to bring it back alive because this is nonsense. What's going on? What you need to do is this. You need to stop listening to the FUD. Stop. All right, as you know, the Fed, which controls interest rates, which impacts inflation because it has an impact on the money supply and the cost of capital so that companies can borrow and grow, which affects lending as well, of course, as you know, if you have a mortgage. So they want you back into the labor force. If you take a look at the unfilled seats, it is, wow. There's work to be done. So if you don't have money and you need work, you don't mind the grind, you can find it.